Stay tuned into this episode of Bearcat Update to see how both Northwest basketball teams finished in the MIAA tournament and the schedule ahead for multiple different teams. This is the channel that keeps you connected to Bearcat sports. Features, highlights, interviews.
Which is also one of the best records in school history. I think it also puts a lot of pressure on us because every team is going to play us really hard.
Now back left side, Hudgens, deep three, left side, yes sir!
These runners compete at the highest level in D2 sports. Let's take it from the track to the field.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the longest running sports television show at Northwest Missouri State. I'm your host, Brodie Wallace. It's been a while since you've seen us for a new episode of Bearcat Update. While we were gone, the Northwest men's basketball team won the MIAA tournament en route to another appearance in the NCAA tournament. The Bearcat men went into the tournament as the second seed, and they outlasted Rogers State in the first round with a 72-50 victory. In the second round for the Bearcats, they survived a neck-to-neck battle with Fort Hays State, winning 53-50. Northwest's stingy defense held a shutout in the final 8 minutes of the game, paired with an 11-0 Bearcat run to advance to the MIAA championship. On the other side of the bracket, Washburn pulled the upset bid against the number 1 seed in the tournament, Central Oklahoma, in a 79-65 win. Northwest and Washburn found themselves in a rematch from last season's MIAA championship game. As you might remember, Washburn spoiled the Bearcats' chances of celebrating the MIAA title at home after Tyler Guyman hit a full-court buzzer beater. This time around, the Bearcats were able to take care of business, winning 84-76. With that win, the men have now claimed their 6th straight MIAA championship, their 10th in school history. Before we fill you in on the women's MIAA tournament results, I caught up with Diego Bernard and Trevor Hudgens to talk about an interesting opportunity the athletes were given for the Northwest Rec Center's All-Star Game. The Northwest Campus Recreation held basketball intramural championships on Monday, February 28th. This year's men's All-Star Game had some special guest coaches in Trevor Hudgens and Diego Bernard. Trevor and Diego went head-to-head in trying to decide who was the better coach and who had the better team. It was a long battle, but Diego's team ended up pulling away, winning 62-56. The two Bearcats told us how it felt to be selected to coach this game.
It was a good experience coming out. I'm just happy that they asked me to do it, man, for sure.
It's just actually pretty fun. Knowing some of the guys on the team, on both teams actually, it's just pretty fun just being out here for intramurals.
Even though Trevor lost, the two coaches still had a tough time deciding who did the better job.
We got the experience, the years on us that we've got from Mac. I feel like we probably make the best coaches, but I do. I'm definitely the better coach.
I don't know what he's doing on his, but yeah, I feel like better team, better coach won today, so I was happy.
I think Diego might have a point. Trevor and Diego also gave us some of their strategies going into the game, and Trevor seems confident that he would take the crown if the teams were to ever match up again.
I knew he was going to try to do a lot of lobs, the other team was, so I knew a couple zones was going to not let that happen, and we had a couple presses built in too.
So we got a lot of rim runners, a lot of slashers. We're limited shooters, you know. I feel like the effort was there. The effort was there. The focus, concentration wasn't there. We got out-rebounded. So we'll be better next game.
We also got to hear from Jack Rigdon, who was a player on Diego's team. He told us his thoughts on the experience.
And hear their input and their thoughts on the game was fun. Obviously, they're both competitive people. I mean, with it being an all-star game, they both wanted to win. It was kind of cool to see that they came out here and actually really gave an effort. Obviously, Trevor had a clipboard, so he came prepared. I mean, Diego had some plays set up with us getting into a press, with us getting into a zone, just wanting us to compete and win. So I really like the spirit that they both have, and I can see why that they have a lot of success. The culture of being a Northwest Missouri State Bearcat basketball player.
I think it's fair to say these athletes might have a future in coaching if they ever want to join Northwest basketball staff after college. Speaking of coaching, Austin Meyer has been head coach for the Northwest women's basketball team since 2018. This season, the women's team collected its most wins since 2010. They finished the season with a 17-12 record and went down swinging in the first round of the MIAA tournament. The 6th-seeded Bearcats played Nebraska Kearney in a tough first-round matchup, but the Bearcats didn't back down. The redshirt freshman, Molly Hartnett, led the Bearcats with 26 points in a 52-47 loss. The women's MIAA championship game featured Missouri Southern and Fort Hays State, as Missouri Southern would go on to win 48-42. As for the Bearcats, they will bring back a majority of their team from this season with the hopes of more success. With that, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll check out how the season has been going for the Northwest women's tennis team. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8.
KNWT for Hire is all about sharing a story, a message, and connecting the community. We cover a multitude of events, both within the university and Maryville. We roll in, we set up, and we capture. We're here to offer an experience, not only for those present, but for all.
On Gen 2 this week, we get a cute isometric action game about a fox and another installment in the Final Fantasy series.
Then some gaming packs and Project Delta. Subscribe and turn on notifications to stay up to date on Gen 2 episodes.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The Northwest women's tennis team has gotten into the bulk of its 2022 schedule this season. They are still playing an out-of-conference schedule as of now. In the first 8 matches, the Bearcats are 6-2 this season. This team has had an early success this season while still being one of the youngest teams in the MIAA. The team features only one junior on the roster, with every other player being either a freshman or a sophomore. Our reporter, Stephen Crosby, caught up with the team to discuss the success so far.
Thank you, Brodie. The Northwest women's tennis team is off to a hot start this season with a current record of 6-2. Their only losses so far have come from Harding University and Drury University. I was able to attend a meet against Southwest Minnesota State, in which the Bearcats steamrolled the Vikings in a 7-0 victory. The meet started with a trio of doubles matches, in which the Bearcats only dropped 2 sets out of a total of 20. Singles action started off with a win by Vera Alnicheva, who won her match in a 2-set sweep, 6-1 and 6-0. That was followed up by a win for Tiffany Pays, who won her match in a tiebreaker 3rd set 10-3, and the Bearcats would then go on to win out the rest of the meet. The women's tennis team had competitions over the course of spring break, starting with the meet at Drury University in Springfield, Missouri. The women's team would end up losing their meet 2-4 in a tightly contested matchup. They had a little better luck against the Southern Arkansas Mule Riders, as they took care of business and came away with a 5-2 win. The women would continue winning as they faced Washita Baptist and won 7-0, and then beat Henderson State 4-0. Their luck would run out when they came up short against Harding in a 0-4 loss. However, they would end their stretch of games on a good note whenever they defeated the Minnesota State Mavericks in a 7-0 victory. The women's tennis team hopes to continue their good efforts for the season, as they have 3 more matches this week when they go up against the Cameron University Aggies today, March 14th, followed by a pair of meets on Friday and Saturday against the McKendree Bearcats and Augustana Vikings respectively. The team will then have a short 5-day break until they go up against the Southwest Baptist Bearcats next Thursday, March 24th. I'm Stephen Crosby reporting for Bearcat Update. Back to you, Brodie.
Thanks, Stephen. As mentioned, the Northwest women's tennis team will have a short break, but will pick up action here soon. They will start MIAA action on March 26th against Fort Hays State. The men's tennis team won't start MIAA play until April 9th, as they still have multiple non-conference games to play before that. To stay up to date with those teams, be sure to head over to BearcatSports.com or follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BearcatUpdate_8. With that, we're going to take one more quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, I'll give you games to look out for this upcoming week. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT Channel 8.
Northwest Missouri State University's 4 student media outlets, KNWT Television, KZLX LPFM, the Northwest Missourian, and Tower Yearbook have been ranked among the top in the nation for the College Media Association Pinnacle Awards. The Northwest Student Media Department takes pride in ensuring students are up to date on the latest technology, equipment, industry secrets, and offers profession-based learning experiences from day one. To support Northwest Student Media, check out our content on all of our platforms.
Welcome back to Season 10 of Nerd Central. I'm your host, Emma Bjork, and we have an amazing season in store for you. These two also have a little bit of a glare on them. Adjust the cameras.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. We've got some news stories here for the spring 2022 semester, but first let's kick it to Bearcat Update with Brodie.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. This week we're going to be looking at some Bearcat basketball.
Crash Bandicoot? I love Crash Bandicoot. Did you see
Neil Cortex is the best villain ever made.
He is the best villain, except I didn't like.
I like how that's totally relevant to Crash Bandicoot.
It's a video game.
Wow, yeah.
Another sequel for Jedi
But it's
a first-person shooter.
Welcome to Beat Saber. Awesome.
Welcome back to Bearcat Update. I decided this week that JD is no longer good enough to be featured on our show. With that, I'm going to give you games to look out for this week. This isn't Producer's Pick, and I'm your true host, Brodie Wallace. This week, the men's baseball team is in action every day this week besides Thursday. A long stretch of games for the Bearcats with implications on how the season might end up looking for them. They play Pitt State, Washburn, and Emporia State throughout the stretch of games. It'll be interesting to see how head coach Darren Lowe handles pitching duties throughout the week. This will be a week for the Bearcats to establish what type of team they plan on being in the MIAA this season. Another team to look out for, as mentioned before, is the Northwest men's basketball team, as they wait to see who they'll play in the regional final of the NCAA Division II tournament. The Bearcats will play the winner of 1 seed Augustana and the 4 seed Upper Iowa at 7 p.m. in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. You can watch the game on midcoastsports.com, or you can keep updated through our social media. Good luck to both Bearcat athletic teams this week. With that, we're going to wrap things up for this week's episode of Bearcat Update. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BearcatUpdate_8. The link can be found in the description below. As always, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button and the bell to stay updated with new episodes from KNWT Channel 8. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Now back left side, Hudgens, deep three, left side, yes sir!
These runners compete at the highest level in D2 sports. Let's take it from the track to the field.
Thanks for watching Bearcat Update Week 5. If you missed last week's episode, be sure to click here. And for a playlist of past episodes, click here. We'll see you next week.